Hello everyone and welcome to today's event. My name is Rachel Klein and I will be your presenter today for the next 20 minutes. Today we're going to be talking about some specialty reports in the membership module. So specifically we are going to look at the birthday report and the anniversary report. So these are two reports that are really simple to pull the data out of in membership, but not a lot of people know that they're in there. So I want to show you how easy they are to use and then also some different options you can look at within those reports to get some really specific information that you might find yourself needing down the road. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I already opened up membership here. I want to point out a couple things. Here in this blue box, you have the most commonly used items in here. You have your help, your dashboard, your reports, labels, email, people, attendance entry, and visits. Now, if you're just running your regular old run-of-the-mill reports, you can go in through this reporting screen. But because we are going to be talking about specifically the birthday and the anniversary report, I want to show you this up here. So up at the top, if you click on Reports and Export, you have several options that now appear in this ribbon below. The second one is going to be birthday, and then the next one is going to be anniversary. These are what we call specialty reports. So these are already pre-set up for you to help making or pulling this information as painless as possible, okay? So if you're following along in the document, I'm right at the bottom of, or not the document, the workbook 204, I'm right at the bottom of 31. So I'm going to go ahead and click on birthday. And after I click on birthday, I have to specify what format or what output do I want this birthday information in? Do I just want a regular old report, a directory, or an export? Do I need labels, or do I want to email people? For this example, I'm going to go with reports directory export. And now it's going to open up this edit people selection screen, and it's going to open up automatically with the birthday criteria pulled as my selected membership field. Excuse me. So after I choose my birthday up here, it takes me right here, and as you can see, it's already set to is in month, and then it's going to default to the current period or the current month that we're in. For today's example though, I'm going to change it to May, because I want to know what birthdays are coming up. And then I could just hit add selection if I wanted to, and that would just give me a real easy list of everybody who has a birthday in the month of May. Now, keep in mind, you do have some other options on here. You really do have a lot of flexibility or possibilities even in here when you're running a report for birthday. So if you look at page 32, if you do have our workbook and you're following along, you can see there's several different options. So not only can you do is in month of May, you could do January through May if you wanted to. You could do is between, and if you change it to the option for between, it's going to allow you to put date ranges in. So say you want everybody who's 80 or older. You could calculate out 80 years ago and then do a range from 80 years back. So the between options gives you the ability to choose specific dates, not just months, okay? You have the option to do is not blank. So I want everybody who has a birthday in here, and I want to report on everybody. Again, you could also do this is incomplete. So if you have some birthdays in here, but say you put in question marks for the year because you don't know what year they were born, if you want to go back and pull additional information about those people to then go back and fill it in, you could choose this is incomplete option if you wanted to. Okay, but we're going to stick with is in month of May, and I'm going to hit plus selection, and that's going to input, oops, I had the wrong thing checked, sorry about that. It said is not in the month of May, we don't want that. Birth date is in month, and we're going to go May through May. Over here to the right, you can input some giver number information if you also want to just pull people who have numbers and a birthday in May, or you can just skip over this if you're truly only concerned about people with a birthday in May, which is the example we're going to do. So I'm going to say okay. Down here at the bottom, you can go ahead and put in some giving pledging criteria if you want to Most of the time you run a birthday report, you're probably not too concerned about giving and pledging. So we're just going to skip right over this, but this is where you would put the giving and pledging criteria in if you find you need it. Up here at the top is the sort tab. The sort tab is really helpful specifically when we're running any type of dating reports because you can set how you want those dates printed out or what order you want those dates printed out when you go to run the report. So by default, sort field 1 is going to have birthday. Sort field 2 is going to be then alphabetical order. So anybody who has the exact same birthday will then be sorted in alphabetical order. And then you can come down here and you can choose what sort order you specifically want to use for your date fields. You can do year, month, day, strictly chronological order, month, day, year if you wish, or you could just do month, day only. I find a lot of people like to use this one, specifically if they're printing out birthdays in the, oh, why can't I think of the word? Gosh, I just blanked on the word. In your program that you give out for church. I don't know why I can't think of what that's called. In your bulletin. Goodness gracious. Okay. If you want to put in month, day only in the bulletin, this is a great way to sort like from the first day of the month to the last day of the month. Really straightforward. Okay. Most people are going to go with this one. And then I'm going to hit next. So now that I've picked who I want and how I want them sorted, now I can come here on step 2 and I can say what information do I want printed about those people that meet my criteria or that have a birthday in May. So I'm going to go with basic up here at the top left. And as you can see, these people listed are my people that have a birth date in May. I'm going to leave this template basic columnar report and I'm going to go ahead and print this. And because I'm specifically running the report through birthday up here at the top, it's going to know, okay, we probably need to print what the birthday is. So when I hit my print button, not only is it going to give me the names of my people, but it's also going to give me their birth date as well. Okay. And that's an automatic thing with this basic columnar report template when you run the birthday report. Okay. Now you can come in here and you can select new fields. Say you want to see age printed on the report as well. You can come in and customize this basic report to show you other information if you need it. Okay. Over here on the right, you also have the option here to include year on birth date, or you can specify that you only want to see the year show up for children. Let's see if any of these people are kids. Yes, we have 2 kids here. So it's going to print their year, but then for the adults, it's not going to print the year. So up to you. I know some people don't like people to know how old they are or what year they were born. So if that's the case, you do have the ability to check or uncheck that. Okay, so that is the birthday report. Now let's go talk about the anniversary report because it is extremely, extremely similar. Okay. So we're going to come up here to reports and export, but this time I'm going to choose anniversary. And then again, I'm going to choose reports directory export. Now, anniversaries, the first time you go in here and you run your anniversary report, it's going to ask you what field in your database do you want to be used to calculate someone's anniversary. So I had to tell the software years and years ago that I want it to use marriage date. If this is the first time you're ever going in here, you will see a message specifically asking you to define the anniversary date. So you will have to specify that. But once you do it, it'll remember and it'll stay locked in there. Okay. So it's going to automatically pull up my marriage date field. And then same options here that we had for birthday. You can leave it on as in month, and I'm going to jump it up to May here. But then you can do the is incomplete, the between, whatever options you find you would like to use for marriage date. Now keep in mind too, if you have a couple in your database and one of them has passed away, so one of them is marked inactive, say the husband is deceased, the wife is still living. If the husband is marked inactive, so he has his inactive box checked, they will not be included on that report. Okay, so the software is smart enough to look at a household and see, okay, we have a primary and a secondary. one of them is inactive, I'm going to omit or leave them off of the anniversary report. Okay, so that's kind of a nice safeguard, if you will, so you're not pulling people to print somewhere that have an anniversary when one of them has passed. So that's a nice little peace of mind thing. Now maybe you do want to see everybody, but by design, Church Windows Reporting is going to leave those couples off the report if someone has passed away. So once I have my months that I want, I'm not worried about giver number. I'm going to hit add to selection. Marriage date is in the month of May. I'm going to say OK. Again, I'm not too worried about giving and pledging for this. I'm going to skip right over this section. And then up here at the top, I'm going to go to my sort tab. Oh, hear this. And because we're running the anniversary report, by default, it's going to sort by marriage date and then sort in alphabetical order. And then down here at the bottom, I'm going to go with that month day only sort order again for my marriage date field. Oh, sorry guys, not now. I just turned this on. Okay, so I'm going to hit next. And we're going to get back to step 2. So right now you can see I have 2 couples that have a marriage date that falls in May. Here's their mailing label name listed down here at the bottom. And then again up at the top, I'm going to go with basic, choose that basic columnar report template and hit print. And this report by design is going to give me their names, their marriage date, and it's also going to calculate out their years married. And then down here at the bottom, it's going to show you what it bases the years married on. So that's going to be the last day of May, because May is the day we use, or the month that we use to calculate out the anniversary or the anniversaries. Okay. So this is a really handy report too, and it automatically puts in these columns, which is really nice. Now, if you decide you don't want these columns or you need to see their addresses because, say, you're going to send them a card, you can definitely go back here on step 2, just like any report, and select the specific fields that you're wanting to see for these people.